playoff time.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. How's the team practice? Ready to go?
Yeah, definitely. The energy is good. The execution is really good. The focus is there, as we would anticipate. Guys are just itching to get out there and play.
Kris, how's this team changed since you saw them last year? Calvin Johnson was there, an obvious number one target. Spread the ball around a little bit more, maybe make it a little bit harder to predict?
I won't necessarily say harder to predict. Their quarterback is a fantastic football player. There's no doubt about that. And he has weapons on the outside. They're explosive. Marvin Jones is a guy who can absolutely stretch the field. He's got great speed. Again, Golden Tate, again, we know him. We love him. Again, he's been a part of here. Again, we absolutely know. Again, once he gets the ball in his hands, he's a guy that you got to tackle. And, of course, we had a lot of years of competing against Anquan Boat, and he can still get the job done out there. So those are guys that they're going to work in the intermediate zone. We know we're going to have to tackle. They're strong. They're fast. The quarterback, and he's a better athlete than a lot of people want to give him credit for. He's got craftiness in the pocket, and he can make things happen.
LeBron seems to have had a good year this year, too.
Yeah, it's the same. Again, you're talking about an athletic tight end. He can get out, stretch the field. He's got really good speed. Again, really good catching radius. Again, the quarterback does not hesitate to try to get him the ball.
The numbers suggest they don't run the ball going forward. It seems like Zach Sanders and those people have somebody they can go to. What do you see in their run game with him?
He's a stout runner. He's a committed downhill, one-cut runner. He runs with toughness. You could tell he's a gritty, competitive guy.
They've committed the fewest giveaways in the franchise history. What is the key to forcing turnovers?
We got to knock the ball out. Like I said, the intermediate passing area is early on in the game, things like that. Try to come out, get the quarterback in a quick rhythm. Again, trying to get the ball into the hands of really Golden as much as possible. And understandably why, you know, again, you want that guy down in there running the ball, but we have to knock the ball out. Maybe mix up some of our coverages. I'm not too sure. I don't know that. But maybe confusing or something like that. No, I don't know. But no, anyhow, it's really going to come down to us putting ourselves in position. If they catch the ball, doing everything we can to knock it out, they're going to run the ball. Again, teams want to be 50-50. And they're going to get the balls to their running backs, and we have to make sure we're coming downhill with bad intentions.
What allows it?
His intelligence, his preparation, and really his confidence. When he steps out there on the field, he's got a really good feel and sense of his surroundings. He knows kind of what's going on, and that just comes through countless hours of film study and really good weeks of preparation.
He's getting better with age. Have you seen that?
Yeah, fine wine.
Kris, how has Steven Terrell played?
He's getting better each and every single week. Again, he started off hot. And obviously, there was a couple of plays a couple of weeks ago that we want back. But those things happen. And without the experience, without being out there, without having those plays happen to you, how could you know? So there it is. But each and every single week, continuously getting better. The consistency has really always been. He's always been a consistent guy for us. It's just you got to take your lumps. It's a good thing. It happened then. And hopefully it won't happen anymore.
And what's the teaching point on those plays, the two deep throws?
Just maintain the consistency of our technique. Again, the effort is always there. There's no problem with that. But it's just trusting the technique and fundamental and going out there and execute.
Have you seen teams attack you guys differently, maybe deeper down the field than you had before when Earl was back there?
No. As each and every single week is kind of we kind of have a really good understanding of how teams are going to try to attack this defense. And let's say they're not going to reinvent the wheel. We understand that teams aren't going to reinvent the wheel. They're going to do what other teams have had success with. They're going to do what they do best, and that's what we anticipate.
You guys gave up, I think, 4 plays of 20-plus yards in the first half last week. What kind of adjustment did you make, and how did you correct that? What kind of change?
Well, it's just settling down. It's really what it is. Coming back to basics, making sure that we lock into the fundamentals and just doing what we practice. A couple of them were some mental errors, a couple of them were some missed tackles, and that's stuff that's easily correctable.
The guys said that they changed the run fits and that you went to them and asked, okay, what about this? And there was a lot of feedback from the players to make that in-game change. Can you talk through what that was and how empowering that could be for the players as you really do that?
Well, we're all part of it, and these guys have been in this system for a very long time, and that trust level is there. We respect what our guys are able to do. They're out there in the game playing, so they know quicker than we do, essentially. Now, we're out there looking, we got eyes in the skies, and we're sitting right there on the sideline, but they're the ones facing the blocks, down after down. So if there's some things that they're able to come to the sideline and let us know, then we're all ears.
How often does that happen? A player suggestion works in the game?
Every game. Every game.
Your name's come up with some coaching vacancies. Are you aware of that? And how do you handle coaching this team with that?
No, that's the first I'm hearing of it right here. But no, it makes no difference. There's nothing that's official. Our focus is this week at hand. We still have tons of work and really hopefully tons more games ahead of us right in here. And that's where our focus is taking this thing as far as we can.
Flattering? You're relatively young in your career to be mentioned like that.
No, very humbling. Absolutely. Very humbling to even be considered. And again, nothing's official. I don't know very much about anything, if anything at all. So I'm going to have to go kind of covert right here. No problem. I appreciate that. But it looks like I got to go Watergate here. I can either confirm nor deny. Like,
Especially when a player, going in the way you guys know him so well, is it help with game planning, or is that when you do that?
Well, like I said, the history is there. Our guys are familiar, just having to deal with him day in and day out. He's still a very similar to player as far as style and what he's capable of doing. So that it helps us in a sense. Now we still got to go out there and we got to play. And again, we know what he's capable of. Again, he's still a viable vertical threat, competitive with the ball in the air, and again, all that cool stuff. So we know we got to tackle.
Good. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.